Still Hustle Daily. What's up, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. We got another one for y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to both Storytime channels. We Still Hustle Daily and We Still Hustle Daily 2. The number 2. Different stories every single day, multiple times a day. Make sure y'all like the video for me. We're about to get right into it.
Put a finger down if your aunt rented you a house because she was moving out and you were pregnant with your second child, living in a one-bedroom apartment. So in order to save money so that you could buy your own house, she rented you a 3-bedroom house for way below market value rent. And you lived there for the next 13 years, but instead of saving money like you were supposed to, you spent that money on designer dupe bags and trendy Starbucks cups and Stanleys and trendy Lululemon and whatever else. So when she finally asked you to move out 13 years later, you left the house completely trashed with holes in the doors, holes in the walls, dirt, fingerprints, shoe prints on the ceilings, so much dirt in the window sill that you can't even open the window, grease piled up on the kitchen cabinets. You could fry a turkey with the grease on the kitchen cabinets, leaks in all of the faucets, black mold in the bathroom, leaks on the ceiling or like stains from leaks on the ceiling. Put a finger down if you were called out for all of this in the family group chat, and instead of addressing it or even trying to pay your aunt back, you completely ignored it and you gave the keys to your cousin, which is her daughter, instead of handing them over to the person that you had this business deal with. And then you haven't talked to your aunt. It's been about 3 months. You still haven't talked to your aunt, and you randomly send your cousin, her daughter, $600 instead of paying your aunt back for the upwards of $40,000 that she had to spend repairing the damages that you did to her house in order to get the property back to livable conditions. I can't put my finger down, but somebody can.
Okay, so I'm taking it. She's the aunt, and her niece did her like this. That's crazy. See what happened when you help family members out, man? And financial literacy, right? I was just listening to a video, and it was talking about a family is scraping. I know I'm changing subjects here, but a family was just getting by on $500,000 a year, and that was triggering to some people because it's like, damn, $500,000 a year, and you still struggling. But you know, financial literacy is very important. It's important to live under your means. You know what I'm saying? Below your means, because if you are making a certain money, $500,000, you could still be living paycheck to paycheck depending on what type of car you drive, what neighborhood you live in. You make 500,000, so you think you can get the $1.5 million house. Like, it was just talking about that, and that's just crazy that she should have been saving money. The niece should have been saving money in this situation, but she trying to keep up with the latest trends and the designer and stuff. So definitely got to be smart with your finances, people, for sure.
To my mom or me. She hasn't said anything to anybody actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys more details. And in case you were wondering, I do not plan on shutting the fuck up until she calls my mom. As I'm telling the story, there is some information that I'm gonna leave out just because it is super personal, and you know, I don't want to really air nobody's business out. However, come next week, like,
Am I tripping? She's not the auntie. I guess she's the daughter of the auntie, I'm thinking.
the longer this goes on, the more details I will divulge. I don't really care. I'm still being a little bit nice, but just know I don't give a fuck. So let's start. So I am going to try to tell this as quick as I can, and I guarantee you there's going to be a part 2 because it's just a lot of information, but I'm going to take y'all all the way back. We're going to go from the beginning. Okay, so 2011, my mom is getting a house far away, at least 50 miles away with her husband. At the time, my cousin was living in my grandma's Section 8 apartment because she died, and my aunt was like, or my aunt and my mom were like, okay, live in this Section 8 apartment until y'all can, you know, get back on your feet. Her husband had actually just lost his job because I think at his job, a lady spit on him and he punched her in the face and he got fired. Shortly after that, my mom buys a house far, far away, and she's like, okay, the house that she had, either she was going to sell it or rent it out to strangers. My aunt, my cousin's mother, my aunt, was like, well, it would be better to rent it out to family. Like, at least you'll know that it'll be in good hands. Part of the agreement when my mom was renting the house to my cousin was She was going to pay well below market value rent in exchange for keeping the house in good condition. Imagine the rent is supposed to be $2,800. My cousin was paying $2,200 in exchange for you do all of the repairs or anything that needs to go on around the house. That's on you. That was an agreement. That was in writing. That was what they agreed upon. In addition to her paying below market rent, my mom was also compensating for HOA fees. She didn't pay HOA fees, and my mom paid the water. So a portion of your rent, your HOA fees, and your water. You did not pay for water. Now I know if you guys remember from the last video, I was saying that there was leaks in all these faucets, right? Yeah, so when you're not paying for the water, there's no consequence. You don't care if the stuff is leaking, you just let it leak, right? So yeah, my mom was paying about $600 a month for the water, bi-monthly, we're in LA, for the water because of all of these leaks. And my mom never knew why. She's like, what's going on? Why is the water so high? But she's thinking it's 4 people in the house, 2 kids, water be running. So she thinks nothing of it. Now we know why the water bill was so high. Mind you, my mom never planned to be a landlord. She never planned to be a property manager. So all y'all talking about, oh, how come there was no inspections? Why she didn't go do any inspections? This was a family favor. It wasn't like that. So no, there was no inspections. Of course, whatever. Let me get on with the story. Cousins living here, whatever, everything going fine, whatever. So now 2023, sometime last year, I want to say like August or September, my mom let my cousin know, hey, I'm going to be retiring soon. I don't really want to take care of this property. My mom didn't want to take care of it in any way. Like, she wasn't trying to rent it to a stranger family. She didn't want to take care of it at all. She like, I want to get rid of this property because she's going to be retiring. She's going to be on a fixed income. She ain't got time to be supporting her niece and her husband and 2 kids paying a portion of their rent and all their bills. She's not doing it. December of 2023, it's official. My mom officially lets her know, okay, you have 6 months. I'm giving you until June 1st to find a place and be out. June 1st. That's it. My mom fully expected maybe some type of negotiation. Like, if you can't do it, or if you had future plans, or if you had something else that you wanted to do, just let her know. Like, she expected her to come back and like, oh, well, what about, hold on, you know, what about this or what about that? You know, because we're family. But my cousin said, okay. Mind you, when my mom did let her know, oh, you got to be out by June 1st, she offered to help find a broker, help find the house, find a realtor, find everything that my cousin might have needed. My mom offered to her. She didn't want any of it. She just like, okay, yeah, you want me to be gone? Okay, cool. People, you let your pride get in the way. If you would have just said at the moment that you needed more time, you were not ready, you needed help, this and that, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in. 5 months in, she had 6 months to move. 5 months in the middle of like May, my cousin starts spiraling. Now, these are the details that I'm gonna leave out for now. She starts spiraling and she's all stressed out, this and that. Her sister, my other cousin, obviously, calls me and is like, hey, you have her location. I need you to go check on her. Like, go to wherever she is. She was not at home. Go where she is and like check on her. So at this point, this situation is beyond me. Like, it's above my head. You know how they say stay out of grown folks' business? That was grown folks' business that I was not trying to be in. So at this point, it's above me, but I'm involved. So I call my mom and I'm like, hey, come with me over here because I don't know this address. I don't know who this is. Like, I'm not going to go over here by myself. So my mom comes to my house. We get in the car. We go to this address together. I'm just going to say it was very sketchy area, very sketchy looking property, very sketchy looking people walking around, very sketchy, everything very sketchy. I didn't know I was not trying to be in the situation. Fast forward, because I'm not going to get into those details right now. Just know that situation was another slap in the face. So fast forward, mind you, this is May. She's supposed to be out June 1st. That spiraling lasted for like 2 weeks. At that spiraling moment, she had not found a place yet. So she's still looking for a place, still telling my mom she doesn't want to buy a place. She wants to rent, whatever. Okay, cool. With all of that being said, she needs more time. She's not going to make this June 1st deadline. So she asked my mom. Of course, my mom gladly obliged. She's like, oh yeah, you need more time? Fine, that's fine. Let me know what you want me to do. Like, you seem like you need help. Just tell me what you need. I will help you. She ends up officially moving out like July 19th, middle of July. When she moves out, she ends up texting my mom, not even calling my mom. She texted my mom and was like, hey, we moved out, or like, the movers came, moved all the stuff today. I just wanted to let you know that while we were moving, we broke a valve, or a valve broke, or whatever. There's a leak in the laundry room. She said that a valve broke in the laundry room and that they turned off all the water to the house. So there's no water in the property right now because of this leak. And unbeknownst to all of y'all, I am a nail tech. I was her nail tech. So she had an appointment coming up. I guess she took the opportunity. She brought the keys, the mailbox key, the garage opener, all of that stuff to the nail appointment and basically just gave it to me to give to my mom. So the last contact that she had with my mom at that point was letting her know that she broke a valve and that the water was off. At this point, she's moved out, but we still haven't seen the house. We plan to all meet up at the house, my mom, my stepdad, and myself, that Saturday. We were all going to the house to assess the damage and see what needed to be replaced, what needed to be repaired. Of course, my mom already knew the surface stuff, cosmetics. It needs to be painted. The carpet needs to be replaced, or the wood floor needed to be installed. Stuff like that was already top of mind. All of this drama is not because of the damage to the house. It is because of the disrespect. And I just want that to be known. None of this has to do with damage or money. It has to do with disrespect. Of course, the damage has something to do with it, because without the damage, there would be no disrespect, but it's just how you go about it. When you disrespect somebody and their space, you can at least take accountability for your actions. You can at least say, you know what? I acknowledge that I fucked the house up. I apologize. I know that I could have done this and I could have done that. I could have done better. I apologize. That's what this is about.
And yeah, that's what, for sure. And this is definitely about the disrespect. Helping your family, man. Sometimes it's, y'all know, a good deed never goes unpunished, goddamn. So it could be a good thing, and then sometimes it could be a horrible thing like this situation, you know?
We're there to just assess the damages. We just want to see what needs to be replaced, what needs to be repaired. My mom's already prepared for the cosmetics, the surface level. We already know it needs to be painted. It needs new carpet or wood. One thing that I did not mention in the last video, but still I'm going to bring this back together. I did say part of the arrangement was they're going to pay lower rent and they're responsible for damages. So not anything big, like if the roof caved in, they got to pay for it. But if you put a hole in the wall, patch the hole up. If you scuff the wall, fix the paint or whatever it is, whatever the case may be. If anything is major, call my mom and let her know. So realistically, when you leave, there should be nothing wrong, because you should have fixed your own scuffs, and anything that was big, you should have let my mom know. We finally get to the house on Saturday, and what we're expecting to be like a 45-minute walkthrough. We were just going to take some notes, like, oh, we need this, we need this, we need this. It turned into a 2-hour shit show. We were just in awe. Every room, every corner, just in awe. I'm just going to read because it's a lot. So I kind of like wrote the stuff down. I'm just going to read like some of the damages that I remember. First of all, when you come in the front door knob is just hanging on. I don't know how all of the locks on the bottom floor, it's a 2-story house. All of the locks on the bottom floor windows broken. They're just hanging off. They're dangling. You cannot lock any of the windows. The ceiling in the kitchen, you know what? I can use a little bit of this because I'm in the living room. The ceiling right there, how it's dark, it was like that with the lights on. Like it just looked like a cast of darkness over there. And then that probably had something to do with the grease all over the cabinet. There was holes in multiple doors, holes in multiple walls. This countertop right here, this is a new countertop. So when I told you that, or maybe did I tell you? I don't know. At one point there was a leak in the kitchen and they had to go through the floor. My mom just replaced the floor down here and she had it all repainted down here. So all of this is actually fairly new, or was fairly new. But this countertop, before it was replaced, had a crack. That corner was just missing. Who knows how or why. It was just missing.
Damn, that's a nice house. I'm looking at it. I don't know if they did the repairs to make it look nice, but look at the lights in the wall at the top and everything. I didn't know it was that crib. That crib nice.
Oh, you know what? You can actually see there's a hole right there in that door. There's a hole in that door. As you went up the stairs, the banister, I don't know if it was like so dirty that when they cleaned it, the paint came off. I don't know. But when we came on that Saturday, the banister, you could see the wood through the paint. Like there was paint in some areas and there was wood in some areas. Speaking of wood, when you go up the stairs, there was carpet on the stairs. You know, carpet has the padding and then there's the wood. Even the wood was worn down. Like it was worn through the carpet, through the padding, and then the wood was even worn down going up the stairs. Master bathroom, just outside of the shower, there was just black mold. So I don't know if they were getting out of the shower soaking wet or if there was no shower curtain and the water was leaking on the floor. I don't know, but there was black mold in the upstairs master bathroom, which was leaking through here, and there was a big stain on the ceiling. This ceiling alone, just this ceiling, cost $1,500 to paint. Just the ceiling. Just the ceiling. $1,500. Okay. Since I brought back the kitchen, you could open the drawers. When you open them, on the side of the drawers, there was so much food and crumbs and drippings. You could, you know, those kids in those commercials, like, you could feed a kid for 32 cents. You could feed a kid with the shit that was on the side of those drawers. The pantry door was just hanging off. It probably had one hinge on it. It was just hanging. It didn't close all the way. It was just there. Pantry door. The air conditioning used to make this really loud sound when you turn it on, like, shh. Like, damn, why is the air conditioning so loud? So we checked the filters. Filters look like they had not been changed in all of the 13 years, which is crazy because my mom used to send them air filters, like on a subscription. Just send them the air filters for free. All you had to do was change it. We actually found those air filters in the back closet. So not only did you not change the air filters ever, you didn't even want to like take them with you or throw them away so we don't know you didn't use them. Pretty much all of the light fixtures were broken or damaged in some way. When you go into one of the kids' rooms, you know those bulb lights, those titty lights. It's the bulb and then they got the little thing. Yeah, that was just gone and it was just bulbs just hanging out the ceiling. Weird. When you go into the master bathroom, you know those vanities where it's like 8 bulbs, like nice vanities. People pay a lot of money for those vanities. It's like 8 bulbs on the top. It had 8 different light bulbs. Every single light bulb was a different type of bulb. One of them even changed colors. And I don't mean like on your phone. I mean when you turn the light on, it flashed, it cycled through colors. Like, what the fuck is that? In addition to the 8 different light bulbs, I don't know if at some point, I don't know what happened, but there are burn marks above the lights. The ceiling is burnt. It's just black above the lights. I guess maybe the lights were too hot, the bad wattage. I've never seen anything like that in my life, but it was just black burnt on top of the lights in the bathroom. Remember I said that there was a leak down here and the wood floors had to be replaced, blah, 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 whatever, the floors. Brand new wood floors down here, right? There was this square. This is just adhesive square in the middle of the living room. Apparently she had, I don't know, tried to glue her rug down so it didn't slip. Instead of just getting one of those rubber rug stoppers, there was adhesive. It's still on the floor. It can't come up. I mean, we've tried, but it's kind of starting to scrape the floor. So there's just adhesive on the floor, on the new wood floors. Those were new wood floors. Under the kitchen sink, you know, when you go in your cabinets, there's like that platform. Everything, you open a cabinet, it has a bottom. The bottom was completely caved in. You could see the bottom of the house. Toilets were leaking, faucets were leaking. The shower wasn't even leaking. The shower never turned off. The shower literally was running, just constantly running. The shower was always on. The closet doors in the kids' bedrooms were broken, off the tracks, bent up. I don't know, the kids had stickers on the wall. So there's just adhesive and sticky on the wall. My thing is, when you live, maybe it's just me. When I lived in apartments, you pay a deposit. You want to get your deposit back. You do the best that you can. You know you're not going to get it all back, but you do the best that you can to get something back, right? You put something on the wall, you do your best to scrub it off. If you paint, you at least paint the room back white the way that it was. I know when I moved out of my studio apartment, I changed all the light bulbs because I wanted light bulbs that I could change from my phone. So I took the light bulbs out and I put my own light bulbs in. Before I moved out, I went to the office and I told them, hey, I put these light bulbs in. This is the app. Do y'all want me to put y'all light bulbs back or do y'all want to leave it? Because technically that's an upgrade for the next person. And they was like, oh, leave it. I bet you do want me to leave it. That's me helping y'all out. I'm bettering y'all. And y'all is a corporation. I don't give a fuck about y'all. So you can't do that for family? You couldn't do that for your family? You couldn't, a little upgrade here and there for your family? For your fucking self. Don't you want better for yourself? Or you just wanted to live in the rundown bullshit that you was in? You literally could have called and said, hey, auntie, can you fix this? Hey, auntie, I want new this. You want to go half with me on this? Hey, could you do this? You could have done anything, but you didn't. You didn't address anything. And you still haven't. And you haven't thanked anybody, and you haven't apologized to anybody. Let me just add this for context and I'm done. One day, her mom, my aunt, she came to the house while everything was taped up and it looked like we gutted the place. Like everything was just under construction. And she felt the way because it's like, dang, I'm the one that kind of said that you should live here and you done messed this place up. She was better off renting it to a stranger. So my aunt texted in our family group chat and was like, you know, I'm really disappointed. Like, I can't believe you got the house looking like this, blah, blah, blah. And my cousin basically ignored it. She didn't have nothing to say. The next day, my cousin texted me and her sister in a separate group chat and was like, I'm going to address these allegations. Mind you, they're not allegations. It's the full-blown fucking truth. So she calls my mom, and she's basically talking to my mom about how her mom is toxic. She's not talking about the house. And my mom's just like, well, whenever you're ready to talk about the house, call me back. Like, I got shit to do. And that was the last time my cousin talked to my mom. And that was in July. So that's why all of this is happening, because you're disrespectful and you haven't thanked my mom for what she did for you. You haven't apologized for what you did to her house. You still haven't talked to, I'm not even going to talk about your mom, whatever. That's between you and your mother. But what you have with my mother, that's my issue with you. So if you want me to shut the fuck up, you know what to do. You know where to find me.
Ooh, she want to fight. She want to fight her cousin. Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah, man, y'all know, helping family members, bro, that shit could be, I don't know, bro.
It's a 4-bedroom house. It's 3 bed.
Hold on, somebody say 2200 is not way below market rent, laugh out loud, and 2800 is this house a 5-bedroom house or something? Okay, that's not the fucking point. The fucking point is that she fucked up my goddamn mama house. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Even if it was 22 to 28, like, I don't know.
Bedrooms. It's listed as a 4-bedroom because there's a loft. That's a modified bedroom. 4-bedroom house. Los Angeles. Market value rent is at least $3,800. At least. I guarantee you, people in Los Angeles, you could I guarantee you, 4 bedrooms in Los Angeles, the bare minimum, the 3,800. The numbers that I was using in the video was of just a figure of speech, just to give y'all a general idea. At least 3,800 is what the rent would be. She was in the 2000s, the very low twos. On top of HOA fees and water. I don't know where you're from. Hollywood, maybe that's Hollywood, Florida. Because it's not Hollywood, California, babes.
Yeah, I ain't never been to California before, but I heard it definitely is expensive out there to live, for sure.
This comment. So, you're absolutely right. People like that do not...
Somebody say, she did your mom and her house dirty. She's not going to reach out ever. A person like that accepts no responsibility for their actions. Exactly.
Accept responsibility, accountability for their actions, whatever the case may be. I just wanted to say, she did call my mom this morning. She did reach out. But anybody with a brain between their 2 ears right here can tell you, she called my mom because I said, if you don't call my mom, I'm not going to stop with the videos. So obviously she called my mom. She had nothing good to say. I mean, nothing of any substance to say. Oh, you know what she did say? She did say that she doesn't believe what I'm saying. This is like basically what I'm posting. The damages that I was talking about is not true. So you know what that means. I gotta show you, right? So yeah, just stay tuned for that, because apparently I made it all up. And to this I say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, okay? I'm not trying to be a malicious person. I am trying to get a job done, okay? I'm trying to get to some resolve. Sometimes you gotta get a little dirty. You gotta lay down with the dogs. When they go low, I go lower, okay? And for those of you that may have missed part 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, I don't even know. Whatever part of the story you missed, I did reach out to her multiple times within the last 5 months. Multiple times I reached out. So obviously I know how to get the job done, because she's called my mom since I started making TikToks. The reaching out face to face and all of that doesn't work. You gotta get down with the dogs. And if you want to be one of the fleas, that's fine.
Ooh, shit. Yeah, for sure, man. Y'all, you know, like I said, I don't really got nothing to say. It's like this your family, so you want to help your family, but at the same time, like, you shouldn't be having a house look like that is crazy. I don't know what the fuck she was in there doing. I don't know if her and the goddamn kids was in there smoking motherfucking meth, or what the fuck they was in that motherfucker doing. It just sounded like a trap house in that motherfucker, the way she made it seem like it was looking. But, you know, I don't know what to say about that. I be having to, you know, I go back and forth. You know, maybe nothing that big, but I mean, I guess you wouldn't have known your niece was that nasty to leave my house like that, right? But Because a stranger could have did it too. So I don't know. It's just an unfortunate situation, you know. But definitely, the niece is foul for not apologizing or nothing. But like we seen, man, people like this, they don't give a fuck. You know, it's like some people have a hard time when admitting that they wrong. Like, if you wrong, you wrong. If you foul, you foul. Like, do better next time. You know what I'm saying? Take accountability and, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, get your shit together. You grown as fuck with kids. You know what I'm talking about? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rock with me, man. And it's your boy Ray Big Play. Peace.